What's up, family? Welcome back to Rap Truth Daily, the channel where we bring you the real stories behind hip hop headlines. No fluff, no rumors, just the facts that matter. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest breaking news in the rap world. Now, let's get into today's story, one that's shaking the entire hip hop industry. In a stunning turn of events that has sent shockwaves through the music world, legendary hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs, once hailed as a visionary pioneer and one of the most powerful figures in entertainment, has officially been sentenced to 4 years in federal prison following a high-profile legal battle that has captivated fans and critics alike. The sentencing marks a dramatic and almost unthinkable fall from grace for a man whose influence once stretched far beyond music, shaping fashion, television, business, and even culture itself. Diddy's downfall began months ago when a federal investigation, initially focused on financial misconduct, expanded to include a series of more serious allegations, including racketeering, money laundering, witness tampering, and involvement in criminal enterprises connected to his sprawling business empire. According to court documents, prosecutors argued that Combs not only benefited from illegal operations tied to some of his ventures, but also actively facilitated activities designed to conceal the origins of illicit funds, mislead investigators, and silence potential whistleblowers. During the trial, the prosecution presented what they described as overwhelming evidence, including emails, wire transfers, testimonies from former associates, and even recorded conversations, painting a portrait of a mogul who used his power and influence to shield a network of unlawful activities. Diddy's legal team, on the other hand, pushed back fiercely, portraying him as a self-made entrepreneur who built his empire from the ground up, and arguing that many of the allegations were exaggerated, politically motivated, or based on the actions of individuals acting without his knowledge. They emphasized his decades of contributions to music, his philanthropy, and his investments in underserved communities, urging the court to consider his broader legacy. But in the end, the judge made it clear that wealth, fame, and legacy do not place anyone above the law, delivering a scathing statement during sentencing. No matter how far one rises in status, accountability remains the great equalizer. Mr. Combs' influence cannot erase the seriousness of these offenses. As the sentence, 4 years in federal custody, was read aloud, the courtroom remained silent. Witnesses described Diddy as composed, even stoic, though he briefly glanced toward his family seated behind him. Within minutes, he was taken into custody by federal marshals and escorted out of the courtroom, beginning a chapter of his life that few could have ever imagined. The reaction to the sentencing has been explosive and deeply divided. Many fans believe the punishment is excessive, arguing that prosecutors targeted him to make an example out of a prominent black entrepreneur. Others see the verdict as long overdue justice, claiming that Diddy's immense power allowed him to avoid accountability for far too long. Across social media platforms, hashtags like Diddy sentencing and justice served have trended for days, with artists, influencers, and industry insiders weighing in on what this moment means for hip-hop's future. Meanwhile, the business fallout has already begun. Major brands have paused partnerships, streaming services are reviewing deals, and projects once associated with his name are being restructured or shelved entirely. Industry analysts believe this sentencing could have ripple effects that reach far beyond Combs himself, potentially redefining how celebrity-driven companies operate under legal scrutiny. Perhaps the most pressing question now is whether this marks the end of Diddy's empire or the beginning of a redemption arc. Some close to the mogul believe he will use his time in prison to reflect and rebuild, while others doubt his reputation will ever fully recover. What's certain, however, is that this moment will forever be etched into the history of hip-hop. A cautionary tale about power, accountability, and the price of decisions made at the highest levels of fame. For decades, Diddy represented success, ambition, and resilience in the face of it. Today, he represents something else entirely, the undeniable reality that no matter how high you climb, the law remains above all. His story is no longer just about music, money, or moguldom. It's about consequences. And for millions watching around the world, it's a reminder that even legends can fall. And there you have it, one of the biggest stories in hip hop history unfolding right before our eyes. What do you think about Diddy's sentence? Do you believe justice was served? Or was this punishment too harsh? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. We read every single one. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single update on the biggest stories in rap, music, and culture. Until next time, this is Rap Truth Daily, where hip hop meets real talk.